know that in Brazil, this is something that has, I don't know if you have anything to say about the open banking space in Brazil.
Definitely. We already seen the impacts of it. So the implementation is not trivial. What Brazil did based it a lot on the UK experience. I think the hardest part is trying to get everyone involved. So we have like a big banks along with fintechs and everyone to find a common ground. It got to be mandatory. So I had lots of conversations in the region, especially from Brazil. I had these conversations in Colombia as well. And the main problem is they said, Bruno, what do you think was the main factor of success for Brazil? Is the fact that it's mandatory. And the Colombians, some people from the regulators, they said, oh, so yeah, we really need to consider that into advancing this scope of open finance. And now Brazil, it's growing. We had some issues in terms of data quality, things like that, but it's continuously being monitored. It's the implementation phase, like 4 phases since 2020, but now we're advancing. But besides that, we also have the instant payment side, which the combination between the two things, the PIX, which is our instant payment infrastructure, along with open finance, can deliver like many new experiences in the market. But you also had in Mexico Cody and other experience. We've been talking in the speakers lounge. You said you're not very optimistic, but I want to understand your views on that. Why you think like both open banking and also the conversations on instant payments is a little bit trickier in Mexico?
I mean, I think something that works really well in Mexico at this point is SPAY. All the instant transfers are done immediately, no problem. But there's been some implementations, as you mentioned, like Cody by the government, which haven't been implemented correctly by the institutions and also by the end users. So we haven't seen something like PIX come up into our market. I understand that PIX has a 72% penetration on the Brazilian population, something like that.
Yeah,
so we haven't seen that on our side in Mexico. Hopefully soon we'll see. And I think one of the factors that has made it hard for this to be implemented has been that it's not mandatory. So I think a lot of the challenges we see is that if something becomes mandatory, people start adapting to it. If not, banks, especially traditional banks, will keep going the way they've been doing for the past decade or so.